Are your KOL meetings not as impactful as you would like? Or do they tend to go off the rails and you're really struggling to meet your objectives? If yes, then you are going to love today's hack, which is why every KOL meeting should include an agenda. Agendas not only create structure to the meeting, but they help you demonstrate how you respect the KOL's time. It helps you facilitate follow-up and action items. And most importantly, in my opinion, it helps align expectations. Stick around. I'm going to go through a whole bunch of different tips for you on how to start implementing agendas. One quick teaser, if you don't have a pre-meeting planning checklist that includes agenda setting, I have one for you here. Go over to the Medical Affairs Value blog and download that. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Patrina. I am the creator of Medical Affairs Strategy Hacks. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to helping medical affairs professionals demonstrate their value by improving skills like communication, relationship building, and my favorite, productivity. Thank you so much for being here. It really, really means a lot. It amazes me how many MSLs and people in general do not use agendas in meetings. They are probably the most effective way to stop wasting people's time and to have fewer pointless meetings. So if you want to get better at implementing agendas in your KOL meetings, here is a really great tip for you. The first one is to have a go-to KOL-centric agenda template ready. This is really beautiful because it alleviates a lot of the pressure or thinking pressure off of your brain. What happens to a lot of people is they are like, oh, I have to have an agenda, but I don't know what to write. So if you have that template ready, you have something to work from, and then your brain doesn't have to think as much, and you end up having more effective meetings and gather better insights. Here are some suggestions for what you could include in your agenda template. Every MSL is going to be different. Every therapeutic area, KOL is different. So yours might look a little bit different than what I'm going to present, but this is a good starting point for you, especially if you're new to your territory and you need to make a lot of introductions to your KOL panel. I recommend having the following items. There's 4 total. The first one is to have an item for brief introductions. Now, really keep it brief. And that's why I like to include the word brief in it, because it implies to the KOL that you're not going to waste their time. The second item is something along the lines of discussion of your challenge areas or discussion of your needs. Pick something that fits your personality and that you feel comfortable with. The third item is how I can help. You can change that to how we could work together or something like that. What I want to point out here is that notice how these are very KOL centric. They're about the needs of the KOL, not your needs. So what you're not saying here is that you are going to data dump them and tell them all about your company. It really makes it about them and makes it more likely that they're going to want to meet with you. Now, the last agenda item I recommend is determine next steps. This is really important to help prepare the KOL's brain for taking further action or having another meeting. If you think this sounds a little too strong or too forward, something I personally like to do is add on the words, if any. So it'll say, determine next steps, if any. I really like this for people that I don't know very well. It feels like it takes the pressure off and their brain is like, okay, we're going to talk about next steps, but I might not have to do anything. So it makes it easier to agree to that agenda. All right, tip number 2 for you is to simultaneously set the next meeting and agenda. Many MSLs know that the best time to set the next meeting is in the current meeting. A really good practice is to take that one step further and also set the agenda. So what you can do here when you're setting up the meeting, so the KOL has the calendar out, you can say, okay, on the next meeting, we will discuss X, Y, and Z. Am I forgetting anything, or would you like to add anything? This is really great because it gives the MSL a chance to get buy-in from the KOL. And this is so important in relationship building and building rapport. They don't want to feel like something is getting forced on them. All right, the last one that I'll mention today is to include agenda setting in your pre-meeting planning checklist. One thing I want to emphasize is that a checklist is not just a list where you check off items as you do them, although that's very fun. It's actually a strategic tool to help you meet your objectives. And that's why agenda setting should be included in that. The agendas help you gather better insights, build rapport, and have better meetings. If you don't have a pre-meeting planning checklist, I have one for you. You can download that on the Medical Affairs Value blog. Also, I have more tips than the one that I gave you here on how to set agendas at your KOL meetings. Last thing, what did you think? Do you like this idea? Do you currently set agendas? Do you think it's stupid? Are you going to try some of these tips? If you do, definitely let me know how they turn out for you and let me know what you think about this approach. If you found anything useful in this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps the channel out. Also, when you're over on the Medical Affairs Value blog, be sure to subscribe to the newsletter. I create content like this on a weekly basis and also have a nice summary email that comes out every Monday morning. Thank you so much.